is Saturday, and today is the first state championship for the Class C1 Auburn Bulldogs, 24-3. With us today, we have number 2, Cam Binder, number 14, Daniel Frary, number 50, Josh Lambert, and Coach Jim Weeks, for whom this is his 4th title, obviously the first at Auburn, and obviously this was the lowest scoring game in Class C1 final history.
Oh, you'd bring that up.
Coach, if you would start out with some general comments about the game, please.
Well, they played us as good a defense as anybody all year, obviously. You know, Cam scored 40 in the district final, and we scored 30. We didn't say before the game first one to 30 wins. It was just a grinder, and we weren't holding the ball, Stu. So, no, we just they played great. It was a slugfest, and then at the end of the game, you have a star makes 2 big shots, and that's, you know, we have a lot of guys on our team. Brody, for example, in the district in the sub-district, he was the leading scorer. In the district, didn't shoot a shot. So we have a lot of selfless guys. They're young guys; they don't have to get theirs, so it's a lot of fun.
Questions? Jeff?
Cam, can you take me through just that last possession? What kind of shot did you think you might get? Did you get the one that you were looking for, or did you have to settle for one you didn't like?
I knew I had to shoot a 3 because I didn't care. I had to win. I didn't want to go in overtime. Didn't want to give him a chance with our big guy out. So I just took what they gave me. And when that first 3 wasn't open, I knew Vic, like, if I can move him a little bit, that I can make a counter move, and then I could get open look and hopefully get the shot.
How were the 2 threes that you hit there in the final couple of minutes different? I don't recall where exactly you took that first one from, but did they feel similar?
Yeah, they felt the same. I've been working on those shots for years, so it came out big today. So.
Cam, what does it mean to bring this town its first state boys basketball title?
It means everything. Like I've said a ton, it makes grown people cry, and I'm sure there's plenty of grown people crying out right now. This means everything. It's just a blessing to be on this team.
How easy was it to buy into Coach Weeks when he got here a few years ago?
Coming from where I came from, a lot of AAU, a lot of playing up and down and that kind of stuff. It's tough, but like at the end of last year, I knew that's what it took to win. So.
Coach, how many of these guys do you have in your 8th-hour leadership class? And how important has that been to teach these guys the leadership necessary to get to where you're at?
Well, we spend a lot of time talking about staying in the moment. So we get on them all the time about staying in the moment. Stay in the moment. So especially the last week, we did a lot of 4-minute games. We didn't lose one 4-minute game in the 7 days coming up to state tournament. So with 3:41, we're at the huddle. We said, guys, this is a 4-minute game. We have not lost a 4-minute game yet. Now, it sounds good in storybook, but we had not lost a 4-minute game, so they found a way to do it. And we also panicked a little bit when we started. We went out and scrambled them. We hadn't done that all week, and I said, I apologized to them. Remember, I said, guys, I'm sorry, we shouldn't have done that. And we just went out and said, we're going to make some shots, and it happened.
Mike?
Cam, after they called you for the 5 seconds, how did you kind of mentally refocus to try to make up for that?
I think it was a tied game at that point, right? I think
Yes.
so. Yeah, I knew they had to make a shot, and if they did, then we'd have a chance because they like quick shots, and I knew we would just have a chance. I had to, of course, regather myself, mature a little bit, take it and go.
Sean?
Daniel, you kind of been what I consider the glue all weekend. You know, you get 10, 12, 14 points and have been scrambling and playing hard on defense. And you kind of take pride in that role, kind of being, not the go-to person, but the guy that does a lot of the blue-collar dirty work for you guys.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in it. I mean, I'm just here to do my job, and it pays off. So.
You guys kind of walk me through what you're thinking. Cam's got the ball, trailing, final seconds. What's going on in your mind?
Well, I was just sitting on the bench, and I was just praying it was going in. And I saw it was right on, and it went in. And I was just going crazy on the bench.
It's just one of those moments where you knew it was going to happen. Like, I've seen Cam make that shot 100 times in practice. He works on it every day for hours. I knew it was going in.
Jim, how big was it to get the 10-2 lead or 12-2 lead for what
Yeah,
you
well,
had to play?
yeah, it was nice because we didn't do that yesterday, and it kind of flipped. You know, if we can get a lead, we can run our stuff. You know, it's always nice to get a lead. And the way we run, we're going to value the possessions. And then we had a 6-0 or 6-1 foul difference, and we were going to shoot free throws too, but we could not get to the free throw line. I mean, that was a huge part. We led by, was it 2 1/2?
Yes.
But 2 1/2, but we did not feel good about it because we had them where we wanted and we just couldn't execute. They did an incredible job of defending. We could not split them, and they were tough. It wasn't a delay game. That was tough defense.
Jeff.
Kim, Coach just got done talking about North Bend's defense and also how much you had scored maybe earlier in the season. What was the first 30 minutes of this game like for you? Was it frustrating?
Yes, it was very frustrating, especially when you miss layups and you make that kind of shot. Like it screws with you, but I mean, I'm just blessed to make that shot. I mean, all those shots aside, I know I missed tons of shots, but I made the big ones, and that's what I'm happy about.
Coach, what makes this particular team, they're so young, so special? I mean, you've been around the state tournament teams, state championship teams. What makes this one different maybe from the other?
Well, you understand, 3 years ago I got fired. So had somebody call me in and say, we don't think you're a good enough coach, so they got fired. So 7 days later, Kevin Raymond, the superintendent, Vernon Galladay, the principal, and the AD, Scott Anderson, called me over and said, we want you to be at Auburn. And they wanted me there, so they gave me an opportunity and a chance. Now, I knew he was 6'1", and had a chance to get a little taller, not 6'7". I knew Cam was coming over, and I thought we had our junior high went 2 straight years being undefeated, so we thought we had a chance to get it done. We didn't necessarily believe, you say it, that we could do it this year, but you never know. Look how many teams that didn't get here. You know, Lincoln Christian and Newman, and some of those teams at Kearney Catholic didn't get here. That Lincoln Christian's preseason rated number 1, wasn't it, Stu?
Yeah.
So to get here with these guys, we just said, guys, we never know. We may never get back. So
Coach, you were saying how much these guys have matured physically, but to do this at such a young age for them, how much does that say about their maturity and mentality?
it has been it's been a grind and a struggle. I mean, we've had lots of ups and downs. But that's what the struggle is the way. You have to put them through tough times and frustrated. There are a lot of times that they're not happy. I mean, I'm not considered probably a player's coach, but to me, we get on them pretty hard. But I think they believe that we love them. So that's the way we do it. We try to confuse them. We try to have chaos. We try to make it really tough. So when we get in these situations, they can.
Cam, what's been the key for everybody to fill their roles that they've done? Because everybody this weekend seemed like to me just was a star in their own role, and that was a key to you guys' success. What's been the key to making that happen?
Well, everybody knows the role, but everybody knows that their role can change throughout the game. Like Coach said, Syracuse, Brody scored the most, and I only had 5. The next game I had 40, and he didn't shoot. You know, it just changes all the time depending on the game. So that's how we fill it.
Does it feel different to win a championship at a school that hasn't had the success in boys basketball like Beatrice?
Yeah, because you got. We went down there as a different way of thinking, and they didn't even think about basketball. I mean, being something that you'd play year round or play before school. So, but our administration was incredibly supportive to allow us to do those things, and the kids bought in. Not all of them, but the kids kind of bought in. The parents. It took about 6 months. Parents got bought in, and then we always say, let's create a movement, and then we got it going, and then we won at the junior high level. We won 13 games, 16 games, and it just kind of built. And a lot of times it's not linear, but it has been for us. So so that's kind of the way we were thinking.
Well, congratulations again.